everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Dak Prescott's Cowboys going up against Tannehill's Dolphins.
Thank you, Larry. It is a hot and humid afternoon as we get set for football in the southern part of the Sunshine State in Miami, Florida. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Shift together here from the D-line. Here's the first carry for Kenyon Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. But expanding a little bit on Kenyon Drake, interesting year because hardly used early on. Then Jaycazzz goes to Philly, and he took over as the Dolphins' lead back after that trade.
And was never a lead back in college. He was always that accessory piece who helped him in the special teams as well. So we'll see what the Dolphins decide to do in 2018. See if they give him a little competition at that spot.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall right near the 39. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he will go down. Cowboys sack. Sean Lee in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down. On fourth down, Tannehill under pressure again, and down he goes again. Sean Lee in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Prescott looks to throw on first. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Prescott to throw it. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Prescott to throw on fourth. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams from 17 yards out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Here's Prescott. It's caught. And it's 8-0. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but third MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams, but he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. To throw on second down is Tannehill. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. Jarvis Landry. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jarvis Landry, 74 yards. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. And it's up and good. So maybe a bit early here to try to match the 2. They're content to trail by 1 at 8-7. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis. Some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 2017 for Zeke Elliott, a mixed bag. Would he play, would he not play? Well, he missed the 6 games from weeks 10 to 15. He still finished, though, Charles, 10th in the league in rushing.
Just tells you about the talent that he has and how explosive he is and what he brings to the table. Look, he averaged 98 yards per game, 98.3 to be exact, a full 11 yards higher than number 2 Todd Gurley behind him. So I just tell you, if he plays a full season and he's averaging that type of yardage, I think Dallas is...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. To throw is Prescott. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 42 yards. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he is going to be knocked flat on his back. Oh, a big hit at the 24-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. Prescott now on second down. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he'll be knocked down sideways. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try again with Elliott. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
And it's 3rd down and goal from the 4. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Throwing, Prescott. That's caught at the 3. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. And it's up and good. That pushes the lead now to 15-7. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Miami's offense getting ready to come back out onto the field. Take a step back, Charles. You look at the Dolphins in 2017. Look, they were 10-6 in 2016. Many people thought, wow, here we go. 2017 high hopes. They limped to a 6-10 finish, however.
Yeah, and you use the word limped, and it started with the injury to Ryan Tannehill, his knee in preseason, in camp, and then they decided to bring in Jay Cutler. That didn't work the way they expected to work at the quarterback position. Jay Ajayi was a Pro Bowl, well over 1,000-yard runner the year before. The chemistry wasn't right. He gets traded to Philadelphia midseason, and Jarvis Landry
all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kenny Stills in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. So they're going to go for 2. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. As you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get us.
He's got a man complete past the 20. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. A big play here for Dallas. 68 yards. And from the 9-yard line now, it's first and goal. They'll try the sweep with Allen. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
Third and goal from the 5. Maybe a little play action situation coming up. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet at the 3-yard line.
That was a statement stop right there. Now it forces the opposing head coach to answer this question. What do you do on 4th down?
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys have broken the tie. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. 4th down. And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. David Irving with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, it's Drake. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. Devontae Parker. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker, 84 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half. Tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Caught left side, Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Bryant. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Prescott on 1st down. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
First down, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. The give is to Elliott. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. Now Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Terrence Williams from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys have broken the tie.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Bailey now to kick this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Now they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Counter play, Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Back to throw. And throw right side complete to Parker. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Parker. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. He's back to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry with time running out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. They'll look to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch. Not at all.
Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.